again, my friends. We are doing another segment of Wash Your Brushes with me while I do trivia today. Today we are going to be testing my knowledge on Twilight, the movie. So if you need to wash your brushes, go ahead and gather yours and let's answer these questions together. Let's get started. We're on the How Stuff Works website and this is the ultimate Twilight quiz apparently. And let's begin. Alright, what I've done to get started already today is I have rinsed and soaked all of my brushes just to kind of get a head start, and then that way we can just focus on like the scrubbing of the bristles. I've already also washed my sponge because I just had a little time. I'm gonna pull my hair back. I am using my Sigma brushy thingy. Alright, question number 1. In what class does Bella sit next to Edward on the first day of school? A. Auto repair. B. Typing. C. Biology. Or D. English. That would be biology. Correct. Of course, Edward and Bella will soon discover a thing or two about biology on their own. You know, vampire biology. Question 2. How do the Cullens differentiate themselves from other vampires? A. They're nicer. B. They're vegetarians. C. They're taller. Or D. They're all artistic prodigies. They're vegetarians, of course. Correct. The Cullens only drink animal blood rather than human blood, making them vegetarians in the vampire community. Just when you think you got all this up. Okay, next. Number 3. How many adopted Cullen children are there? A. 3. B. 5. C. 9. Or D. 11. There's Edward, 1. Rosalie, 2. Jasper, 3. Alice, 4. And then, I can't think of his name, the big one. 5. Correct. Edward has 4 siblings that were also taken in by Carlisle and Esme. Emmett. Rosalie and Jasper. Hooray. Number 4. The Denali vampires shared what with the Cullens? A. They shunned non-vampires. B. They were related to Carlisle. C. They were also vegetarian. Or D. They were artistic prodigies. I'm gonna say they were also vegetarian. Correct. In Alaska, the Cullens found kindred spirits in the animal blood drinking vampires from the Denali coven. Number 5. Actually, these questions don't have numbers on them. I'm just trying to remember. What frustrates Edward about Bella? A. She plays stupid in class. B. He can't read her mind. C. She thinks he's a bad student. Or D. She sings ABBA songs at an inappropriate time. Oh my gosh. That's going to be he cannot read her mind. Correct. Edward can't read her mind due to her mental shield. She developed this mental shield after becoming a vampire. I would say she already had it. She further developed after becoming a vampire. What do vampires really need in order to play baseball? A. Old-timey uniforms. B. Aluminum bats because you don't want them to resemble wooden stakes. C. Thunder. Or D. Rubber baseballs. That would be thunder. Correct. Because the vampires are so powerful and strong, the crack of the bat would give away their powers. Thunder disguises it. How did Stephanie Meyer come up with the idea for Twilight books? A. A visit with a psychic. B. A dream. B. A lifelong interest in the vampire literature. I think it was a dream. Correct. Meyer had a dream where a sparkly, handsome vampire and a non-vampire girl had a discussion in a meadow. The dream was eventually the 13th chapter of the first book. Where did Bella have to hide out from James in Twilight? A. Phoenix. B, Santa Fe. Where's the soup on this? C, Albuquerque, or D, Denali. I believe it was Phoenix. Correct. Bella went to visit her mother in Phoenix. Jasper and Alice were also hiding there. What part of Bella is bitten by James, prompting Edward to heroically suck the poison out? Is it A, her neck, B, her foot, C, her wrist, or D, her nose? It was her wrist. Correct. James bites Bella on the wrist, and Edward is able to suck up the poison without overdoing it and accidentally sucking out all her blood with it. How did Stephanie Meyer choose Forks, Washington for the location of the series? A, she was paid by Forks to put the town in the story. B, she lived there as a child. C, she Googled the place with the most rainfall in the U.S. Or D, she blindly threw a dart at the map of the U.S. I actually don't know this answer. I would guess she Googled the place with the most rainfall. Oh, correct. Meyer needed a dark, rainy location for her sun-averse vampire family. The Olympic Peninsula couldn't be better. Edward plays what song for Bella on the piano? A, Bella's Waltz, B, Bella's Lullaby, C, Bella's Theme, or D, Bella's Foxtrot? The answer is Bella's Lullaby. In the film, correct. In the film, Robert Pattinson actually plays the song on the piano. The song was actually written by Carter Burwell. I actually really like that song. When I was in high school, I had a CD of the Twilight soundtrack, and my best girlfriends and I went to see the movie, and we were all obsessed. And at the time, my car would play a CD, but only one song at a time. Like, you couldn't change the song and you couldn't change the volume. You just had to let it be. So I got to know every single song of the Twilight soundtrack very well, and I would always be so excited for Bella's Lullaby because that was the very last song on the disc. So I'd have to listen to the whole soundtrack in order to get to it. So it was just very exciting. How old is Edward in the book? A, 16, B, 18, C, 17, or D, 15? I believe it's 17 because Bella complains. Correct. Edward is and always will be stuck in the body of a 17-year-old boy. Technically, he's actually 108 years old. In New Moon, what are the situations that prompt Bella to hear Edward's voice in her head? A, dangerous adrenaline-filled escapades. B, quiet solitary moments. C, when music plays. Or D, when the sun comes out. That would be dangerous escapades. Correct. Bella hallucinates Edward's voice in risky situations, which she avidly pursues in his absence. Next question. How does Edward attempt to kill himself in New Moon? A, he tries to shoot himself with a silver bullet. B, he tries to expose himself as a vampire. C, he drinks tainted blood. Or D, he walks into the sun. He tries to expose himself as a vampire. Correct. If a vampire exposes themselves to non-vampires, the powerful Volturi Coven has to eliminate them. The Volturi are the most powerful vampires on Earth and enforce vampire laws. What Native American tribe does Jacob belong to? A, Sioux, B, Quileute, I forgot how that's pronounced. C, Kwajalein, or D, Lummi. He is the Quileutes. Correct. Jacob belongs to the Quileute tribe, natives of the Olympic Peninsula. This is an actual indigenous nation with roughly 2,000 members. How do shapeshifters like Jacob find their soulmates? A, imprinting. B, arranged marriages, C, prayer, or D, online dating? Oh my gosh, imprinting. Correct. Imprinting involves a shapeshifter making a deep and spiritual connection with another person. Sometimes that person is an infant. Oh god. Who does Jacob imprint on? Edward, Bella, Renesmee, or James Renesmee? Correct. He starts out with the role of a protector. Jacob and Renesmee might have a romance once she matures, which might be a little odd since she's Bella and Edward's daughter. And she's half vampire. There's that. What Colon member does not vote for Bella to become a vampire? A, Carlisle, B, Rosalie, C, Emmett, or D, Edward? I believe it's Rosalie. Yes. Rosalie, considered one of the most beautiful vampires in the world, says that she didn't have a chance to choose to be a vampire and she wishes she had. In the films, all the Colons visibly distinguish themselves in what way? A, they all wear the Colon family crest. Imagine. B, they all wear only white. C, they all have piercing green eyes. Or D, they all have a secret handshake. Wait. I don't remember there being a family crest. I don't think they wear all white. I don't think they have green eyes. They have like golden eyes. Oh, well, maybe in the movies they all have green eyes. I don't think they have a secret handshake. Is it the eyes? They all wear the family crest. What? It says, in the books, the Colons do not all wear the family crest. The crest includes a lion, a hand, and a trefoils. Okay, I'm gonna have to look for that next time. What animal is the Colon family crest? What the heck? Didn't they just say in the last answer that it's a lion? Yes, the lion represents strength, much like the super strong vampires, according to the director, Catherine Hardwick. Thank you. What happens when Jacob tries to kiss Bella in Eclipse? A, he ends up kissing her cheek. B, she kisses him back. C, she punches him. Or D, she faints. I think she punches him. Correct. Bella wasn't having it and breaks her hand in the process of punching Jacob. Who replaced Rachel Lefevre as Victoria in the film version of Eclipse? A, Claire Danes, B, Emma Stone, C, Bryce Dallas Howard, or D, Emma Stone? Bryce Dallas Howard. Citing scheduling conflicts, Lefevre was replaced in the third film. Bryce Dallas Howard is Ron Howard's daughter. Thank you for that. It's funny to me that Bryce Dallas Howard was the director of last week's episode of Boba Fett. Ta-da! Okay, what is a newborn vampire? A person born of vampire parents, a person that has been a vampire for less than 1 year, a vampire that was bit as a child, a vampire that's undergone conversion, less than a year old. Correct. Newborn vampires are particularly strong and desperate for blood. They also have bright red eyes. What does Victoria do in an attempt to kill Bella? A, creates an army of newborn vampires to attack the Colons and Jacob's pack. B, feeds her a poison apple. Or C, tries to strangle her. D, rather. Tries to put a wooden stake through her heart. I think I read those a little bit swapped around. That would be create a newborn army. Correct. To avenge James's death, Victoria uses the supernatural strength of newborn vampires against Bella's allies. Who surprises Bella by showing up at her wedding? A, Jacob, B, her mother, C, a drunk uncle, or D, her identical twin. Oh my god, that would be Jacob. Correct. Jacob had run away after being rejected by Bella, but shows up for her nuptials. He eventually uses imprinting on her daughter, Renesmee. Yes, yes. What rather unromantic memento is left after Bella and Edward's wedding night? A, a large bill for the reception. B, a bunch of dirty dishes. C, bruises on Bella's body. Or D, a passed out reveler in their bed. That would be the bruises. Correct. Due to Edward's physical strength, his wedding night moves leave Bella battered. Oh my god. This is because vampires are much stronger than humans, and Bella isn't a vampire yet. Yes, 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 yes. Why does Edward finally turn Bella into a vampire? A, she tricks him into biting her during a tickle fight. Oh my god. She bugged him so much about it, he finally gave in. She would have died in childbirth if she wasn't turned. Or D, she threatens to divorce him if he doesn't. That would be childbirth. Correct. While giving birth to Renesmee, she almost dies, so Edward turns her to a vampire to save her life. What special power does Renesmee have? She can fly. She can place thoughts in others' minds. She doesn't have any special powers. She's just a cute kid. Or she can levitate objects with her mind. She can place thoughts in others' minds. Correct. While her dad can read thoughts and her mom can shield herself from the same, Renesmee can touch a person and place a thought in their mind. What is the name of the other peaceful half-human, half-vampire that proves that Renesmee isn't a threat? Nahuel, Jacquard, Holohan, or Bobby? That would be Nahuel. Correct. Nahuel is a South American half-vampire, which convinces the Volturi that Renesmee isn't going to blow their cover, and therefore they won't have to destroy her. How does Bella finally show Edward she loves him? She removes her mind shield. She dies for him. She writes him a haiku, or she buys him flowers. Finally, you bought me flowers. Now I know you love me. She removes her mind shield. Correct. Edward, finally able to read her thoughts, realizes just how much she loves him. Otherwise, he never would have known. What other film did director Catherine Hardwick cast Nikki Reed in? Really? Is this on the Twilight? Miss You Already, Red Riding Hood 13, or Placid's 13. Correct? No. Oops. 13 was Hardwick's directorial debut. She cast Nikki Reed and Evan Rachel Wood in the leading roles of this coming-of-age story. Reed co-wrote the script with Hardwick. How many books did Stephanie Meyer write in the Twilight universe? 4, 5, 6, or 7? Wait. There's also, like, the other ones. I think it's 6 total. Never mind, it's 7. Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, Breaking Dawn, The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner. What? I don't remember even hearing about that. The Twilight Saga, the official illustrated guide, and Life and Death Twilight Reimagined. Okie dokie. True or false? Catherine Hardwick directed all the Twilight movies. I think that's false. Correct. Hardwick only directed the first film. The second film was directed by Chris Weitz, the third by David Slade, and the fourth by Bill Condon. How long did principal photography take for Twilight? What the heck is principal photography? Is it A, 19 days, B, 26 days, C, 38 days, or D, 44? I'm going to guess 44. Okay, correct. Most of the film was shot in 44 days. In general, the average length of principal photography on a feature-length film is 106 days. Oh. True or false? When Twilight was released on DVD, it was the most purchased DVD of that year. I would say true. Correct. The film was released on DVD March 2009, and by the end of the year, it sold more copies than any other DVD that year. My score is 94%. I missed 2 questions. I scored better than 91% of the quiz takers. Woo. All right, everyone, that's the end of my brushes, and that's the end of the quiz. That was really great timing. I hope you enjoyed answering those questions along with me, and I will see you in our next video. Bye.